Coach, thanks so much for joining us on the call today. If you would take a minute to tie up the road trip to Colorado State, and tell us what you expect to see as you go back east to face Temple this weekend, please.
Glad to do that. And first of all, I always enjoy getting to hear the last part of Ruffin's talk because he fires me up. I've known Ruff for a long time, but I know that's not what you guys are listening for. But love getting to hear Coach Ruff and proud of his success there. We took our group to Colorado State, got down early. We're still struggling to get out of the gate on the first quarter, and played from behind on that. Actually played a little better as the game wore on. We still got a lot to build on. I think we're starting to see some growth in some of our young players. Not where we want to be, but we're on the right path. Taking obviously a long road trip to Philly to play Temple, who is radically improved from a year ago. They're certainly playing with a lot of confidence. I think Coach Rule's clearly done a great job in terms of leading that coaching staff. That's a very well-coached team that we see on film. Defensively, they fly around. They're really pursuit, energy. They play very, very well up front. They're, again, well-coached. They've got a quarterback that's a true dual-threat guy for them. Does a good job, very efficient moving the ball. And we're going to have our challenges, but we also really look forward to it. I think that it's we're very fortunate to be sitting at 1-0 in conference play, and that's not lost on us. And so it kind of starts a new phase of the season as we move into conference play on a weekly basis, and be a great opportunity to go face Temple on the East Coast, and look forward to that opportunity.
Take questions for Coach Bill Blankenship, please. *1 on your telephone to join the queue, and then the operator will introduce you.
We'll go to John DiCarlo with AlScoop.com.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Hi, John.
Hi, I just wanted to see if I could get some injury updates for you from you. I know you guys have been pretty banged up, but Garrett missed the game, Dobbins and Barrow have been out, and I know Dylan left that game. Do you have any updates on those guys and whether they'll be able to go on Saturday?
Well, all four of those guys will be day-to-day, and we hope to have all four of them on game day. We have yet to practice this week. We typically take Mondays off and kind of do the academic thing for our kids, and so we'll get back on the field tomorrow, and we'll have a lot better reading on who's available. But in terms of all of their injuries, they're the kind of things that we would expect to hopefully have them back for this week.
You talked briefly about P.J. Walker. When you actually break him down on film, I know you called him a true dual-threat quarterback, but a little bit more specifically, what have you seen from him when you look at him on film and what he's done?
Well, a strong arm. He's very accurate with what he does. I think the fact that he's a run threat forces the coverage up, to react to him, and then he's able to dish the ball out. I think he operates their spread offense very efficiently. Always look at the numbers of quarterbacks, not so much for how many yards and how many throws and catches. I just like to see how efficient they are, and I would certainly rate him as a very efficient quarterback.
One last question. I know it's probably an obvious one, but how tough has it been for you guys with so many important pieces of your team missing, especially your center, one of your top wideouts? How have you kind of rolled with that and dealt with it?
Well, the reality is it's an issue that everybody across the country faces in the game, but those guys are starters for a reason. They're starters because they're the best player on our team at that position. So you don't just plug a guy in and expect it to not affect you, but we also have to be good enough to overcome those issues, and those are the things that we're continuing to work on. I'm very excited about this team. We're still a very relatively young team. Playing a lot of sophomores and freshmen, and there's just a learning curve and a growth curve that comes with that. And I still expect us to blossom this year. I really think that we're on the right path. They are working incredibly hard. They're kids that have been very focused, and they're not satisfied in the least with what we're seeing in the one-loss category. So I like the fact that I've got guys and just a few of the upperclassmen that are really continuing to lead this team, and I think we've got a shot to continue to improve and to become a factor before the year's over if we'll continue down that path.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you, John.
We'll go next to Dan Tortora with Dan Tortora Broadcast Media.
Hi, Coach. How you doing today?
I'm well, Dan, and you?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. I wanted to, I know you said going into the Colorado State game last week that it was going to be a tall order to go up against them and take that game. What were the biggest things that you learned about offense, defense, and special teams, the three phases for you coming out of that game and, coming off of a 4-game losing streak heading into Temple? What have you learned the most about those three phases so far?
Well, I think the biggest thing that we've seen from ourselves, and again, learning and fixing are two different scenarios. We're a team that has come out of the locker room kind of measuring our opponent as opposed to being very aggressive and attacking. We tend to be on our heels a little bit, and then at some point in the game, you just see the light come on the sideline that, oh, okay, yeah, we can play with these guys. We ought to be fine. But by that time, we're down 2 or 3 scores. And so I think that's the biggest challenge that we see right now is to come out swinging, come out aggressive, and become. And I think that's a little bit of a byproduct of our youth and inexperience. But again, you can't live on that excuse. You've got to move forward. I think that there were some areas that we weren't as physical as we needed to be. We knew Colorado State would be a very physical team, especially in their offense and how they run block and attack you with multiple looks and unbalanced schemes and those kind of things. And we did better as the game went on, but we've got to be more physical. We need our defensive front to be more active, and our linebackers. We certainly learned on offense that the balance attack for us is a much more effective total game. We need to balance our running game and our throwing, and when we've done that, we've had better success against those opponents. Special teams, I think we've been pretty solid in special teams. We've just not had any big plays, and I think that's you're looking for that spark, and if you're really going to get over the hump, we've got to get some returns and some turnovers and those kind of things in our teams.
And then as far as your quarterback situation, obviously there's been a struggle there with more interceptions and touchdowns this season. What can you say about leadership there and how you're kind of looking at that position going forward, knowing how important it is, obviously, to score the ball and get down the field and make sure the defense is off the field more often than not?
Well, quarterbacks and head coaches are very similar in that we are all, highly responsible for, the total effectiveness of what you do on game day. And what I would tell you is our quarterback is really growing. He's becoming a much better player, but he's still making some decisions that he needs to quit making. I kind of equate it to, 3 or 4 or 5 steps forward and a step or 2 back. But he is still a much better quarterback than he was when we started the season. He's throwing the ball with confidence. But the throwing game is a component of receivers and quarterbacks. And so there was a time in the Colorado State game that we were having trouble, getting some guys open. We were, again, a little banged up at that position, but there were also times that we played very well. Kevin Lucas continues to be a big playmaker for us and, was really needed in that game and had a couple of big ones.
Well, thank you, Coach. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Coach, we thank you for your time today. We look forward to talking to you again next Monday.
All right. Thanks, guys.